All right. All right, okay. All right, okay. Try to wake it up a little bit. Struggling. But we here. Got my head wrapped. I don't know what it is. It's just sometimes be feeling like I need to wrap my crown. I got my dark spots out today. But we here. We here. Welcome to the morning message. Feeling a little ragtag and beat up this morning because I woke up in the middle of the night and I stayed up for several hours. This is part of my process and my routine, but yeah, I'm going through jet lag and all the travel it took to get back here. My body is catching up with it, or I'm catching up with my body. I don't know, but something's happening and I'm tired. So waking up in the middle of the night like I normally do hit different last night. But like I said, I'm out here. I made it. Welcome to the morning messages. It's bright outside, but the sun is not out. But I do feel like I want to wear shades on the inside of the house. And fuck it, I will. Because either I'm going to go outside and wear shades, or I'm going to sit in the house and wear shades. So I'm going to sit in the house and wear some shades. All right. Let's see. Oh, my name, Allah-mi Basheer. Welcome to the morning messages. I am an intuitive life coach. Every Monday through Friday, typically 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern, I do a live intuitive channel message. I did Monday, today's Tuesday, and we'll see what happens the rest of the week. I'll probably keep coming. I can't stay away from y'all. I can't. I feel the shift, but I can't break free just yet. So I won't, okay? I won't. And that kind of goes in alignment with the topic today as I'm feeling it load in. I won't. I'm going to be here for as long as it feels good to me, and not a day longer, as they say. But these feel good to me. So y'all just stay tuned. Keep your notifications on. Subscribe to the channel, and then you'll always be in the know of when I'm out here in these YouTube streets. Okay. I'm drawn to keep looking outside. The weather is very interesting. It's very gray, but I see the sun trying to peek through. It's clearly out bright enough to be causing glare inside the house. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But anyway, if you want to learn more about me, what I do, and how I be doing it, go to begreateveryday.com. This feels so incredibly rude to be indoors with glasses on, but I don't have any window shades. We're going to work through it. What's up, Retro Rocket? Okay, so today, kids, we're going to talk about relationships. And I was actually super excited when I started feeling for the topic today. And it was like, what are we talking about today? And the first words that came to mind were now or never. Now or never. And I was like, ooh, what that mean? I didn't even know it had anything to do with relationships. I just heard that first part. Now or never. And I'm like, that feels very ultimatum-ish, right? And then it was like, okay, well, what ultimatums, who are we giving ultimatums to? Now or never? And then the next feeling was like, oh, everybody's got a now or never right now. I don't know what that means, but that's what I was hearing, is everybody's got a now or never right now. Everybody's got a relationship in their life where they have got it pinched up against an ultimatum. It's like, either this is gonna happen or it's never gonna work. Or either this is gonna happen or we're never gonna do it. It's like some do or die time is what it feels like. Hi, Najee. Yeah, it's given like do or die, and I don't mean die as in literal. It's like figurative. It's like either we're gonna do this or we're gonna just be set in the water right here, stuck where we are. Okay. It's either we're gonna do this or, we're gonna just continue to be miserable. It's decision making season. I don't know if that has anything to do with the change of the seasons as we are now like deep into the thick of summer, and quarter number 3 is right here at us now. And if you're a goal-oriented person and you're looking at the rest of the year, you're like, damn, I only got 6 more months to make some shit shake. You're right. In terms of the traditional calendar, you're right. You got 6 more months to make something shake. It's either now or never. Whew. So this already feels like a lot, this message. And not too much, as in the topic is not, appropriate, or I'm struggling through the topic. It just feels like there's such a diversity of ultimatums that I'm like, how do I have time to address them all? Okay. Whew. So maybe what we'll start with is you taking a moment to just self-reflect on your own life. And when people say the word relationship, we immediately think something like romantic or social, but I want you to think about all your relationships. We can start with the ones that are most close to you, like romance or family. Okay, and I want you to be sitting with the question of, who have I given an ultimatum to? Okay, and you guys know what an ultimatum is. It's either this is going to happen or I'm out. That's going to happen or, I won't. There's a pinching of boundaries that's happening in a family and social relationship. I'm hearing that across the board. It's like nobody's exempt. Don't care how great your family is, there's always that kind of dry spot where there gets to be a little bit of friction. Okay. And so, think about that for a moment. Take that in. Who are you giving an ultimatum to right now? Hello, C King. What's up? Yeah, who are you giving an ultimatum to? They got to change or else. They got to ship up or they're out. They got to do this or I'm not involved. It's like, who is it? And it's several people for many of us, okay? It's either they got to respect me or I'm not talking to them. It's who's the ultimatums with? Hey, Crystal. What's up, JJ Mac? Who are your ultimatums with? Who are you waiting for to change or to stop, to start? We all are waiting for somebody to do something we want them to do in order for the relationship to flow more fluidly. Okay. So which relationship can you identify that you are pinching up against an ultimatum? You're saying, do this now or it's just never going to work. Do this now or we're never going to get anywhere. Do this now or I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Okay? It's that. If you want to put it in the chat, I welcome you to make this an interactive experience. I put on my body spray. Yeah. Who is the person that you're pinching up against an ultimatum? Or who are the people? I don't know who this is, but this is somebody with smaller or young children. It's like for some of you, you're pinching your daycare provider up against an ultimatum. It's like, I need to stop having this problem or we're leaving. Okay, I know that ain't me. I ain't got no kids in daycare, but whoever do. Okay, and daycare might be a family member, your parent. Stop doing this or you're not going to be able to see them, or I'm going to have to find somebody else to watch them, or it's like something like that. For some of you, it's a partner and a breach of trust and intimacy. It's like, don't do that again or else. For some of you, it's a job, a boss. Man, if they have me do this and that and the other thing, or if they look at me like this, that, and the other thing, or if they whatever, then I'm going to X, Y, or Z. Okay. Y'all get the gist, right? So I'm hearing, so who told you that they had to act right? Whoever you pinched up against an ultimatum, who you are demanding some differences in their behavior, who told you that they needed to be different than how they are? Who told you? Now, this is kind of an interesting question because I think we could all probably fundamentally agree that when we're in a relationship, we have kind of this mutual expectation of how we should treat each other, right? And this is very much an assumption. There's an assumed sense of responsibility that we put on people to know how to treat us. And then when they don't treat us, quote, right, we use that to take permission to, act out of alignment in all kinds of ways, right? It's, cuss somebody out or break up with them or quit the job or, or just, act out of character. It's like we use other people's behavior as an excuse to take ourselves out of alignment. I'm hearing, can I get an amen? We use other people's behavior as an excuse to take ourselves out of alignment. Okay? Take that or leave that for whatever it's worth. So the question is, who told you that the other person needed to, quote, act right in order for you to be okay in the relationship? Like, where is it written that everybody needs to do what I say or do it how I feel like it should be done in order for me to be okay in this dynamic? Okay? Whew. And we all do this. We all have informal or maybe even formal expectations of how we expect other people to treat us, especially people that we're in romantic relationship with. It's like there's certain laws, they say the spiritual laws of relationship. There's certain laws that I just don't have to say out loud to know that I should be expecting that in a relationship. Things like truth, right? This is with anybody, whether it's a friend or a neighbor or family or lover or boss. We expect fundamentally people to come to us with truth. We expect this. And with integrity, right? With consideration. We expect these things. We expect people to just have a natural way of knowing how to consider our needs, how to tell the truth about things in the context of the connection, no matter who it is. We have a certain unwritten yet written a list of rules that we expect other people to honor in order for us to be in relationship with them. But who said that you are entitled to them honoring it? Listen, I'm just talking out loud, okay? Let's just follow along for a second. Who said that your lover is supposed to tell the truth all the time? Who said that? You may say, well, we just agreed. That was just the understanding. They know I don't like liars. They know I was cheated on before. It's assumed, right? Very few of you maybe have actually had this conversation around what integrity looks like in a relationship, but just fundamentally, we all just assume. We assume our boss should be paying attention to how my face looks when they ask me how I'm doing, and then I say fine, and then they just keep talking to me about work, and even though they can clearly see all over my face that I had a rough night or that I've had a long day or whatever it is, and they should be able to perceive and pick up on that. And this be the main thing that be sending us over sometimes with our superiors, is that they don't recognize our humanity. They don't articulate or express any care about our health and well-being. They don't really take interest in our personal life in the ways that really matter. They may ask the question, but they're not actually listening for the answer. We assume that bosses are supposed to be that engaged. Okay. Ain't no written rule in your job description that says your boss has to engage you like that. Sorry. Where is it written? And here, this is a conversation that's a little triggering even for me as I'm talking about it out loud. And I'm like, no, but people are supposed to know how to not be assholes or liars or selfish or whatever it is. People are supposed to know. But what happens when they don't know? When people really just don't know how to meet your expectation in a relationship. You're assuming that they're supposed to know how to treat you, how to love you, how to support you, how to encourage you. There's a lot of assumption that people are just supposed to know. And we feel very entitled to they're supposed to know. Because when they don't know and they act out of alignment with what we feel is what we deserve, then we're mad at them immediately. We're not vetting for do they even have the skill or the ability to foster intimacy or to tell the truth. Do they even have the ability to do the things that we may be expecting in their behavior? Does your boss have the ability to set aside their thoughts and emotions to be present and available to yours? Do they even have capacity for this? Yet we assume that's how they should treat us. So today's message feels like it's very rooted in this final straw behavior, which is what ultimatums bring, is this energy of the final straw. I'm not dealing with this anymore. It's now that it changes, or I'm never coming back to this, or I'm never talking to you again, or I'm never gonna be with you, or partner with you, or work for you. We assume people know what to do. We give ultimatums and we assume people know how to meet it. You may be saying, well, I told you, you just need to listen to me more. Or that's a big one. I told you you need to listen to me more is a big thing. Because there's a lot of reasons why people stop listening in their relationships. As we talk about communication being one of the top reasons why people break up in relationship, is like they can't figure out how to communicate in a healthy and respectful way with each other, in a way that honors each other. And really the biggest problem within that is that people are not teaching others how to treat them. They may say what they want, but they can't teach them how. They're like, I don't know, we'll just figure it out. You're gonna stop talking to me crazy. Well, how should I talk to you? I don't know, we'll just figure it out. The person never learned how to express their feelings in a healthy way. And you want them to figure it out because you expect them to deliver for you what they never got. Woo! So then we hit people with these ultimatums. You will correct your behavior or else. Listen, that's a setup for eternal, forever challenges. To give someone an ultimatum without any resource or how to build the skill that you're asking for. I have to teach somebody how to tell the truth. Well, kinda. You got to teach people what it feels like to be safe in a relationship where you can express yourself with vulnerability. So in so many ways, yeah, kinda. You got to be able to create a vulnerable, safe space, which is a big ingredient in allowing someone to be vulnerable. Okay. So there's a lot of energy around like toxic behaviors in relationship that are being villainized simply because people are uneducated. It's like being irritated with someone about their behavior, and they literally just don't know how to do it different. You know, some of us join partners or join into relationship with partners who maybe were latchkey kids. They had a lot of independence early in life. They had a lot of self-responsibility and not a lot of guidance. And then we wonder why they don't clean up after themselves as an adult, or why they don't manage their life or their finances with more scrutiny or more care. And then we're mad at them because they're not doing it right, quote unquote. But whoever taught them how to do it? You have a partner who doesn't have emotional intelligence. They're impulsive and emotionally reactive without even thinking about it. It's just how they, quote, grew up. And you're upset with them because that is how they show up in your relationship. And I'm not saying you don't have a right to feel some discomfort, dis-ease, and, you know, some real disappointment in that kind of behavior. I'm just talking about how we expect people to know what to do when they never learn. So, you know, when we pin a relationship up against some need for change and we say that it needs to happen now or never, often hidden in that declaration is a need to know how to change, how to do what you're asking of them to do. Some people seriously and literally just don't know how to do things different. And when we pin them up against these timelines and of correction, you know, you need to have this figured out by November or December or January or whatever it is, and we still haven't empowered them with the how to reach that goal, we are just setting ourselves and them up for failure. Okay, so there's a lot of energy around I wanted to say the word waiting. Okay. So there is a wait period in change and the change process that is necessary, right? Let's say you're in some kind of any kind of relationship. Let's say it's a relationship with your housekeeper, for those of you who have extra support around the house. And the housekeeper doesn't do a good job one time, and you're like, God, they just did not do a good job this time. And, you know, if they keep not doing a good job, then I'm gonna not call them back, okay? And here's the deal, the next time they come back, they don't do a good job that time either. And so now you're ready to fire them, but did you ever really give them the information that they needed in order to self-correct? Did you tell them how you wanted the job done and give them ample time to be able to do it according to your instruction before you dismiss them? It's kind of like with any job. It's like you can't just run around firing people just because they did one bad job one day without providing them some kind of support for correction, some kind of additional training, some kind of insight. And the insight has to include how you want it done, okay? So it's not unique to just certain relationships. All relationships operate under this function. It's like, you know, if you have a breach of trust in your relationship and now you're challenged with whether or not you're going to stay connected to it, and you've got to give the person space and, quote, grace to show you that they now know how to show up. And again, this is a real touchy subject, especially when we start talking about really difficult relationships that maybe have some elements of discomfort that are outside the normal range of, quote, healthy. You know, if someone is being threatening or intimidating or impulsive. They could be, erratically spending money. They can do anything that feels like it's a direct breach to your health or livelihood. Those are a little bit more sensitive topics, right? They have greater consequences, which you should be navigating those decisions very carefully and intentionally. But it's like everybody needs time to change. And that time frame is going to be different. And there's no singular number of weeks or months or days that you assess change. Companies decide we're going to give you a 30-day probation. And that's how they're assessing whether or not you've caught on to whatever improvement or change they want you to make. That's what they're going to give you. You may have a partner give you 6 months. You got 6 months to get this figured out, or 3 months to get this figured out. And if in 3 months you don't have this figured out, then we got to make some different decisions. But unilaterally, there's no clear arbitrary number that says, yes, wait 7 to 10 business days and then assess it again. And this is how you know if this person is well adjusted or changed. It doesn't work like that. Okay. It is a little bit more arbitrary. Well, how long do I wait to see if this thing improves? Okay. I don't have the answer to that, but you do. Okay. You know what amount of time feels fair to you and the situation. And every situation is uniquely its own. You may even be looking at children. If you have children that need to move out of the house and you have children that are about the same age, it doesn't mean that they all get the same amount of time, because they're different people. And different people have different processes. And so you might give one kid 6 months to move and you might give the other one 7 or 8. Okay? Whew. All right? And so there's no hard and fast rules to any of this. There's no hard and fast rules to any of this, but when we start talking about relationships, any relationship that feels like it's a threat to your health or safety, the rules change. Okay, things need to happen immediately. Immediately. Okay, there's great exception to that. Whew. Anytime we find ourselves facing danger, harm, or ruin, it's an emergency. Okay, the rules change. Things need to happen quickly. Okay. Whew. There may not even be a window for change, depending on how egregious the behavior is. Okay. But it's a lot of energy this morning around really looking at the position you're putting your community in. The position you're putting your community in to serve you. Like, how well are you empowering your community to meet the needs of your expectations? Okay. It may not be now, and it may not be later. It may be soon. Okay. Soon embeds some wait time. Soon. I don't know why they're giving me soon. All right. I'm drawn to this tarot deck today, so I'm going to pull some tarot cards around this as we're talking about relationships. Yeah. And I want to talk about divine relationships specifically, as I have the Judgment card as the bottom of the deck. Oops, sorry. The Judgment card. And I say divine relationship because that's what the Judgment card gives me. It's like there's a divine partnership, okay, between you and your higher self, higher authority. It's like some of us are confused to think about the nature of certain relationships as being divine, when really they are just, I'm hearing the word addictions, okay? And I'm not talking about substance, I'm talking about people. Addictions to people. This is good. I remember I had an addiction to someone years ago. Like, I could not stop dealing with this person. And it was like, for all the reasons I knew it wasn't, it definitely should have had an ultimatum and an expiration on it, but it didn't. And it was just like, I could not stop dealing with this person. Until finally one day I decided that that's not the person that I wanted to be, is the person dealing with this person. But the word addiction is here in place of divine. Sorry, I'm feeling for it and listening at the same time, because I'm like, even a troubled relationship is divine, isn't it? It's divine in that you're learning lessons, you're growing, and you're being blessed by it. But I'm getting in this download a clear distinction between addictive relationships, people who have what I'm hearing are addictive personalities, meaning you have a propensity to codependency because you latch on to people and feel like you need it in order to feel alive. Okay. Like that's an addictive relationship. Okay. Divine partnerships pour into you. They add value to you. They don't take away from you. They add value to you. And this is a very fine line between, failing forward, having a situation that doesn't feel ideal, that feels like it has challenges, but also knowing that it is for greater good. There's a very fine line here, and I'll see if it comes up. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to let this download, just keep downloading. But that for me feels like a very, very fine line between an addictive relationship where it feels more compulsive and impulsive versus a divine partnership where you are learning and growing and fulfilling your destiny through it. Okay? Learning, growing, fulfilling your destiny through it. Okay? That's a very fine line, because I personally, my ego mind wants to make an argument for it, but every time you have a sour relationship or a disappointing exchange, that too builds you forward. That allows you to move forward. You grow, you learn, okay? And they're telling me not everybody learns, okay? So not everybody learns. Okay, that's the distinction, okay? Is addictive relationships are not relationships that people are learning from. They're just impulsively and compulsively engaged in it. There's no conscious awareness or attention in it. It's just like a reflex, okay? Whew. An addictive relationship can become a divine partnership when the lessons are learned. All right, there it is, okay? An addictive relationship becomes a divine partnership. It shifts over into this beautiful thing that has now come to empower you once you allow the power to rise to the top. Once you start looking for the lessons, the blessings, the things that you can take a value from said exchange, now it becomes a divine partnership. Okay. But some of you are sitting in addictive relationships masked as divine partnership. You're calling it divine partnership, but really it's just a codependency circle. I need you, you need me. I need you, you need me. I need you, you need me. And there's nobody learning the lessons around what that person has come to gift them with. Okay? There's no lessons being learned. Whew. Okay, and when there's no lessons being learned, they're showing me now that's where that ultimatum kicks in, now or never. If there's no ultimatums being learned, if there's no lessons being learned now, there's none going to be learned later. Okay, if the person is not open to seeing things different, if you're not open to doing things different, if this relationship dynamic does not have any potential for change right now, chances are it won't later either. Okay. And I know somebody's in here like, oh, people can change. People can change. And you can spend the next 25, 30 years of your life waiting for said change. You're free to do that if that's what feels aligned for you. And for some people, that's their story. We see people marrying people who are doing long stints of time in incarceration. They're never going to see this person for years. And they're like, I'm going to stick beside him. Woo! Okay. So we know it happens, all right? But we want to talk about divine partnerships. Ooh, it just shot right out, okay? And I want to talk about partnerships, not just marriages, because I see the Hierophant card underneath that. It's like we want to talk about partnership, not marriage, even though we would like to assume that most marriages, if not all of them, are divine partnerships. We know that's something different too, okay? Not all marriages qualify to be divine partnerships. Some of them are just transactional relationships or business, what do you call it? Shields, like a shield for the business. Like for some people, it's just for, optics. It's not really a divine partnership. Okay. Woo. Let me just slow down. Yes, Christine, there is so much in this one. Codependency theme. I gotta fix ourselves and get it right with me before I put judgment and expectations to my external relationships. Amen. Gotta fix ourselves and get right with me. Yes, exactly. There's so much here. Ashe, I agree. There is so much there. It's not just about teaching people and telling people what you want them to do to help improve relationships with you. It's teaching people how. And here's the thing, and if I can take this to a cultural reference, this is a hill I won't say I'll die on it, but I'll talk about it forever and a day. When we talk about race relations, I know this is an unpopular opinion in the Black community, is that when it comes down to race relationships and helping non-melanated people understand the Black experience or the melanated person experience, if you leave it up to Black women, we say get somebody else to do it. We don't want to be the ones to have to educate, to have to teach, to have to coddle feelings, to have to, inform. We don't want to be the ones as a collective to do this work, okay? It's literally a mantra of get somebody else to do it. And in my little mind, I'm like, okay, but how are they going to know how we want to be treated if we're not teaching them how to treat us? And again, our expectation is, but they should know. They should know. Or they should do their own research into history, modern and present. They should ask questions. They can go to Google and search it. We want to send them everywhere else but to us, which is the horse's mouth, to give them direct response and reflection of how to treat us. We say, go figure it out. And then wonder why there's no clear calls to actions for what to do. Sorry, this is my unpopular opinion. So I personally don't feel like it's for other people to do. I feel like it is for us to do. And I don't have all the answers as to how we do it, but I do know that it is for us to do. It is for me to teach people how I want to be treated, not for somebody else to figure it out or learn from somebody that's not me. When I put the ultimatum out there, you're going to either figure this out and learn how to treat me, or it's never going to work. It's like, there's got to be some time and skill development in there somewhere that somebody's going to have to do. And I won't speak for everybody else, but I know for me, I know it is my job to teach people how to treat me. And I'm happy to do it so that I can know it was done correctly according to my standards and expectations, my boundaries, my self-worth, the value I hold myself in. All right. Like the video if y'all with me in this conversation. Sorry, my camera's a little blurry in that. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's try that. Not that much better. We've got the 9 of Cups card though here. Let's look at me while I try to figure this out over here. 9 of Cups. Just shy of wish fulfillment, which would be the 10 of Cups. 9 of Cups is like an energy of being almost satisfied. It's like satisfied, but I'm not completely all fulfilled, but I'm good. Okay. This card's coming up in the reverse in the present position. Okay. And if we're talking about relationships, it's giving me like this energy of it's close, but no cigar. Okay. And honestly, it's a very nuanced feeling, okay? So as I asked you all to think about, what relationships in your life are you pinching up against ultimatums, okay? It's like these are relationships that have high value for you, okay? Relationships you care about, that you want to stay invested in and stay engaged in, okay? And even if it's like, I don't want to work for that person anymore, it's like I still want to be in positive regard with that person, okay? Even if I don't want to be with that person anymore, I still want to be in positive regard. Even if I don't talk to this family member every single day or once a week, I still, when we exchange, want to have a positive experience. So this energy that I'm picking up now, this close but no cigar is how I want to describe it. This it has a lot of value, but it's not quite what I want. Okay. It has a lot of value, but it's not quite what I want. There's some distinction here, okay? It's like when you start pinching up relationships against an ultimatum, it means that there are probably some standards that are really, really, really important to you that are not being met, not just, casual things. And for those of you who are trying to qualify whether or not you should continue to stay in contact or stay in community with somebody, if this really is the point of no return or not, it's an energy of if there's a need to identify, is this relationship taking away value? Is it diminishing your value? Is it compromising your confidence? Is it compromising your self-worth? It's like, in order to know, okay, if this is a relationship to stay engaged with or to keep putting energy toward, it's like there's a need to really qualify. Is it damaging you, or is it just not meeting your expectation? Is it hurting you to stay in community or in conversation in the relationship with this person? Is it hurting your feelings? Is it taking away your inspiration or your motivation? Or does it just not fit your standard? Okay. And these are two distinct questions. Okay. It's like, if something is taking away from you, if it's tearing down your self-esteem and your self-image and your future potential, that's what I call a deal breaker. Okay, that's a deal breaker relationship. If you have anybody in your life that is intentionally causing harm to you and your sense of self, your self-perception, your life, your experience, that's a deal breaker. Okay. And I know for some of you, you have justified and rationalized people's behaviors beyond recognition, to where you make excuses for people's behavior. You say, oh, that's just because how Johnny grew up. That's why Johnny acts like that. He just grew up like that. And so, I try not to take it personal, but really it is personal. Okay. It's like we excuse away a lot of behavior that is detrimental. Johnny is, making you feel terrible about yourself because he has a passive aggressive way of insulting you and making you second guess yourself. But you just chalk it up to Johnny's parents didn't listen to Johnny, so I'm just going to stick it out with him, even though I never feel good when I'm talking to him and when I'm talking to him about things related to me. It's like, that's a deal breaker. Okay. Johnny needs to go deal with Johnny's shadow work, and Johnny needs to become a better person in order to qualify himself to be in your life. Okay. That is a deal breaker. Okay. Whew. That's a lot of energy around that. Okay. There's a lot of energy around that. Some of you are not being authentic with how you look at certain relationships. So you have, overinflated what's really going on. And really, when you get to the heart of it, your needs are not getting met. that person does not support you. That person is never going to support you. It's like there's some real fundamental truths that are being masked and kind of romanticized by some of you. And there's a need to like get underneath it. Okay. Is this person bringing value to your life or taking value away from your life? Okay. These are very clear lines in the sand. Okay. And if this person is taking away from your life, deal breaker. Okay. Whew. It's a deal breaker. You don't need to keep waiting. You already know this person's taking away from your life. There's no wait period necessary. You already know. Okay. Whew. All right. This message is rich. You already know. Okay. So for those of you who are saying, oh no, this is a divine partnership. This is a divine partnership because, you know, I love them and they love me. And, you know, even though this person has never been good to me, I still feel like they're supposed to be in my life. No. Okay. Divine partnership means that you're both learning and growing. Learning and growing, okay, is what makes that distinction between a addictive relationship and a divine partnership, okay? We're both learning and growing. So the next card out I have is the Eight of Swords. I'm just letting these messages roll the way they roll. It's not as fluid as I prefer there to be, but I just trust the process, okay? But I got this Eight of Swords here, which is all about secrets, okay? And again, you know, many of you are calling this a divine partnership and divine relationship, but got lots of lies and secrets at the foundation of it. You're not telling the truth all the time, and they're not telling the truth all the time, but yet we've got the most divine partnership ever, okay? Woo! Big energy around secrets needing to be revealed, okay? Big energy around that, okay? It's like, you know, if you've ever been in a relationship and had someone a partner be dishonest, I've been in all kind of partnership connections. I've dealt with it all. But if you've ever dealt with someone lying or cheating or stealing in a relationship with you, and then you come to them and you're like, you know, I know about this, you know, tell the truth, yada, yada, yada. And let's say you're just a forgiving person. We'll qualify it as forgiving. Okay, you're just a forgiving person. You recognize people have flaws and people make mistakes and all the things. And so, you know, you chalk it up to this person just made a mistake. Okay. And so you create space for that person to now like, okay, is this it? Is this the only thing I need to be aware of? Is there anything else in the ecosystem? What else do I need to know? And that person says, no, that's it. Okay. And then you proceed to forgive them and stay in a relationship. And then here we go. Moons later, months, maybe days later, you find out that Johnny didn't tell the whole truth. Okay. Johnny didn't tell the whole truth. And now you are forced back into this ultimatum. Now or never. Because you told Johnny, tell me now or forever hold your peace, right? Tell me now. Johnny doesn't tell you now, and then you find out later. Okay. Whew. I feel like I am kind of poetically describing a popular scenario that many of you have gone through. Okay. This card is here to affirm that whoever you gave the ultimatum to, that said to you that that's all there is, there's still some more secrets and lies lying in there. Okay. There's still more in there. Okay, so you may be thinking you have a divine partnership and it's all good, but this card is here to bring skepticism. This Eight of Swords is like there are more things that you don't know or more things that you're choosing to ignore than what's on the surface. So y'all take these messages as they resonate, okay? The card came out of the Judgment, so this is all energy reflecting divine partnership. And if you are in a relationship right now, it's not for you to become, I'm in a relationship, it's not for you to become super skeptical, oh, they're blind about everything. It's like it may be time to have another conversation that has more qualifying questions. It's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I like the examples that I'm giving, like they're like more spiritual questions. They're not like circumstantial questions about, or like scenario based questions. It's more like about values and principles. Um, I don't know how to get to this. I don't know how to get to this. It's like asking your partner questions, not necessarily about their past or things that they may have done to you, but it's like getting more to the heart of their value system. Like the way you know if you're dealing with deal breakers, it's like to get to the heart of people's value system. It's like, this is hard. Like I want to describe it as every day asking your partner questions about their values. And it's not like an interview. It's not a drill test. It's just like, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I want to say like, what would you do if I cheated on you? You know, it's like what's your, like, how would you respond if I didn't defend you when you were like, you know, being accosted in public? I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's this card of secrets is here because it feels like there's a compromise in integrity. Okay. It feels like whatever relationship that you're struggling with, that you're looking at this ultimatum around, it lacks integrity. So it's not enough to say, I forgive you, friend, let's move forward. It's like there's a need to kind of reassess someone's value systems. That's how you know if you have someone of substance to continue to build with. It's asking them questions, not about what they did or what they've done, but it's like, who are they? Who do they want to be? Do they make decisions that are in alignment with who they want to be? Is that what they feel they're capable of right now? Do they feel vulnerable? Do they feel like they want something else out of life? It's like asking all those kinds of peripheral questions that may have nothing to do with the actual scenarios that compromise trust or faith or whatever it is. I hope that's making sense. That's as best as I can get to articulate it. It's a little bit nuanced. I feel like this conversation today is about how do we qualify when it's time to move on from a relationship versus when we know we need to stay. Okay. These ultimatums of now or never, it's like if you've never given your partner ample opportunity to not just change their behavior, but to also be informed as to how they need to change said behavior. If you've never offered these strategies, then it may be not time. Okay. Maybe not time. Y'all do with this as you may. The big energy though is about ultimatums in general and making sure that when you provide an ultimatum that you truly have done your due diligence to supply that person with all the empowerment and skill building that they need in order to meet your needs. Okay. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Y'all still with me? It's a lot. The last card I got from the tarot deck, and I haven't pulled from the tarot deck in a long time, okay? So this is a treat. Started with the 9 of Cups in reverse, got the 8 of Swords in the upright, and then the 2 of Cups as the last card. Of course, the Judgment card underneath. So by and large, what I'm getting from this whole spread is, again, that need to be keeping it real with yourself about the kind of relationships that you're actually in, okay? Whether it's romantic or a parental relationship or superior at your job, it's like, what kind of relationship do you actually have? Is this a relationship that is a divine partnership where you are growing and learning together? Or is this an addiction, expression of an addiction? Okay, an addiction to doing things that you don't deserve, an addiction to staying involved in experiences that create outcomes that you don't prefer. Okay, like this is all when we start talking about addictive relationships, it's like a compulsion, an impulse. It's not really built and based on your evolution and your upward mobility and growth. It's almost like spinning around in cycles of negativity and destruction. It's like spinning around in circles doing the wrong thing. Okay. So this two of coins is about choosing your reality, choosing your own adventure. Okay. So you may be in a relationship that you feel is close to what you really want, but it feels like the truth of it is there's a lot of things under the covers of this relationship that are not being honored on the surface. Okay, there's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that are not being honored for what it really is. There's a lot of denial in the relationship. Okay. And this Two of Pentacles is giving me the vibe of needing to make a decision. And so that's what we've been talking about, is how do you discern to decide, is this a relationship that has reached its end, or is this a relationship that is a part of my growth and evolution? Okay, are we learning and growing? Not just learning, like, oh, that was some fuck shit. Yeah, I learned that I should never trust you. Okay. So the growing part happens in time, and how much time do you give people to grow is arbitrary. Only you would know, okay? And you also know when it is time to stop, okay? You also know that, whether we want to admit that or not. We also know when it's time to get off the ride, or when it's time to speak our truth, okay? When it's time to set a boundary. We be knowing. All right. Thank you for liking the video. Woo. For anyone who wants to sell an energy exchange donation, my CashApp details and PayPal details are in the bio of this video. I appreciate you so much. Those of you who want to buy me a cup of coffee, I would really love a cup of coffee, honestly. Vic's not here. Vic be making the coffees. All right. Relationships are complex. All of them. If you got kids, you got a spouse, you got parents, siblings, relationships can be very complex. All right. So, today we're taking a vow. Take a vow. And I really feel like this is a commitment to self versus, this is not a vow commitment to be in a relationship or stay engaged. It's not that. The vow is to self, okay? The vow is to honor your truth for yourself. That's the vow, okay? That's the vow. Is that regardless of any connection anywhere, that you're going to keep it real and stay in integrity with what you feel and what you need. Okay, that's the vow. It's not just about protecting your heart and guarding your peace. It is that too, but it's like not betraying yourself. It's staying in integrity with yourself, regardless of the relationship. Yes, that business opportunity might be really lucrative and give you a lot of, confidence and a lot of exposure and a lot of things. But if it's not aligned on the inside of you, it's not going to be aligned on the outside. Okay. So that's what I'm picking up at first. Next card says releasing emotional weight. Okay. So the thing about being integrous with yourself is once you come to the clarity of what you need and what you want, if you're in a relationship with someone of any kind where those needs are not being met, okay, it doesn't mean you automatically just, jump ship and cancel people, although it sometimes definitely can mean that. Sometimes it just looks like letting yourself emotionally disengage, okay? It's like not forcing yourself to be fake or phony when you know how you really feel about somebody. It's not lying to yourself like everything is cool and then recognizing that underneath it all, like it really is not, okay? This releasing emotional weight comes through a lot of different ways. It can come through talking and sharing and, communication. It can also come through journaling and crying and screaming, okay? It can come through creativity and creation and building something, doing something tactile with your hands. It can come through movement and dance and some kind of exertion of physical exercise. But when you vow to yourself to keep it real with yourself, no longer are you going to hold the lies inside. No longer are you going to pretend like everything is okay. When you vow yourself to stay in integrity in your relationships, you will notice that you have a lot of unsaid and unfelt feelings. Because unfortunately, many of us shove our feelings down. We stuff it away, we eat them away, we sleep them away, we drink them away or smoke them away. We try to, what's the line say? I try to away. I don't know the song. I got a little shimmy to go with it though. I tried to put one in the air. Yeah. Cranes in the Sky. That's the song I'm trying to sing. It's like cranes in the sky. I don't want to see those metal clouds. I don't even know what she's saying. What's she talking about? Anywho. Yeah. When you vow to keep it real with yourself in relationships, and you really start doing that work of being transparent in and of yourself, taking yourself away from denials and the wish of what you wish it could be and wish it was to be, but really dealing with the truth of what it is, it can bring up some really difficult feelings. Okay, some really hard feelings. And this can go in an opposite direction of high vibrational feelings, okay? Meaning that when you really allow yourself to be vulnerable and you're taking that vow of being integrous with yourself in all of your relationships, you come to see that you have safe places. You have safe spaces. There are people you can trust. You can relax in it. And sometimes in relaxing our nervous system in a safe place can be very emotional just the same. So it's not just about offloading bad feelings and hurt feelings. Sometimes it's about allowing ourselves to let peace run through. Allow safety reign. And let trust be seen. Okay. Releasing emotional weight. All right. Next card says generating dynamic confidence. And this card was in the reverse, showing up in the challenge. Okay. Generating dynamic confidence. Again, if you're in a relationship with someone who's taking away value as opposed to bringing value, that's a deal breaker. If you're going to keep it real with yourself and hold yourself to be true and worthy of positive relationships, you're not going to just deal with somebody who makes you feel bad. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. That is a deal breaker. If when you walk in the room, that person doesn't light up, that might be a clue. Not saying that that's the decision maker, but it might be a clue. If you find yourself in social settings or in public exchanges and that person is not celebrating and singing your graces, but instead giving you dirty looks or correcting your behavior beyond measure, maybe that's not a good situation for you. If your partner, your lover, your parents, your boss, your kids, if they don't make you feel good when you're in their company, that might be a clue. It just might be a clue. That's all I'm going to say. That might be a clue. Last card says celebrating the world's diversity. celebrating the world's diversity. The heck does that mean? Honestly, it feels like the energy of people get to be who people want to be. Everybody gets to choose to be who they want to be, and you get to choose to be whether or not you want to be in community with them. Just because they're not a good fit for you doesn't mean they're not a good fit for somebody else, not they're not worthy of somebody else's accolades and respect. It just may not be you. So this whole take a vow and to honor yourself first and foremost, it doesn't mean that you don't care about other people and that they don't have a right to be who they are and how they are. They absolutely do. It's just that you have the choice. You get to choose whether or not you stay in community with them. And if they don't uplift you spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, chances are they're tugging on you. They're pulling on your energy, what we call vampiring you. They're taking away, they're sucking the life out of you quietly. Anything that doesn't pour in is taking out. But we all get to choose how we want to be treated. We also get to choose whether or not we teach other people how we want to be treated. We also get to choose at what point we end an experience because it doesn't satisfy our soul. We get to choose. And I do encourage you all to make sure that you are vetting these decisions in your relationships, who you choose to spend time with or not. And when you do decide that you've reached your end of a rainbow of a connection, that you are vetting that decision through your highest authority, whether it's through your feeling experience or through your gut, or if you know your human design and you know you're the type that needs to talk something out loud in order to get to clarity, follow your inner authority. Okay. All right, but I feel like I'm complete with these messages, y'all. Well, this was a lot. I'm gonna have to listen to it back myself. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Of course, I'll probably be back here tomorrow. I'll turn on your notifications so that you can be alerted when I am out here doing the morning message. Typically at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. Missed most of it. Oh, it's okay. You can catch it back. That's all good. At 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern is when I do these live intuitive morning messages Monday through Friday. Y'all keep tapping in. I would set your notifications if I were you, just so you can stay alerted. And of course, you can always watch the replays for now, Crystal, so you can watch it back, and anybody else who missed it live. I appreciate you. Again, anyone who wants to sow a seed of a love donation, the Cash App details are in the link in this bio. I appreciate the cups of coffee. And in the meantime, in between time, if you want to book a one-on-one reading, if you want to book a human design reading, go deeper into some challenges that you're struggling with in your life, let's talk, okay? Go to begreateveryday.com. Book a coaching services discovery call. Check it all out. We're here for all the things, okay? And I'll be back here tomorrow. I probably will. I love y'all so much. I can't stay away. Y'all, be good to yourselves. And as always, have a great day. No matter what.